What is it with Harry and Meghan? I mean, really, what is it? Have they murdered people? Have they gone out and destroyed livelihoods? Have they ruined individual people's lives that you know? No, but you'd think that they had. I cannot understand for 1 minute how two people who fell in love can become such a problem for the Western world. Primarily, of course, the UK, where for whatever reason there seems to be an absolute disdain for Meghan and Harry. One, the misogyny is massive. Obviously, everybody in the UK who's against them seems to believe that Harry has a sponge for a brain that needs squeezing out because it's so full of useless stuff that he can't even string a sentence together without Meghan basically controlling what he says. And of course, that makes Meghan apparently a bully and a boss of somebody that really should know better than to treat the royal Harry the way that she does. And of course, it makes absolutely no sense. Because actually, when you draw it down to anything, it goes like this. Harry met Meghan, Meghan and Harry fell in love, Meghan came over to the UK, got absolutely terrorised by the British press and media on the whole, and trolled beyond belief on platforms like Twitter and other platforms that I won't give any mention to because giving them oxygen really isn't worth it. But the pit of social media just went for them. And unsurprisingly, she thought, I'm not doing this. I'm going to go back home where at least I know people, like them, care for them, and actually don't feel alone. And at that point, you'd imagine once they'd said goodbye to all of the trappings in the UK, goodbye to the security, goodbye to being given Frogmore Cottage, goodbye to pretty much every item that they'd been given, you would think that people would be like, nice one. Well done, Meghan and Harry. You're going out on your own, you're being independent, you're making your own cash, off you go. But no. That's not allowed because in the UK, Meghan made a really big mistake. There's one really, really big mistake. And she'll know what that was. She didn't carry on being friends with Piers Morgan. If you don't know who that is, look him up. But basically, he met Meghan a few times before she became super famous by marrying Harry, etc. And it seems that she stopped getting back to him, even though they've met a couple of times. This particular individual has never forgiven her for that because, of course, he probably should be the King of England. So instead, he went out of his way to absolutely, categorically and fully cancel her. And he's doing really well in the UK. But of course, that's where his power ends, right? Because in the States, people aren't like the people that go for her in the UK. The press in the States is not anti-Meghan. And actually, the reason that it makes sense, as far as I'm concerned, that they've gone back to the States is because they're going to be celebrated there as unique individuals. And yes, before everybody gets in touch and tells me that they don't like them and that I'm being biased, I am. I'm being biased towards a couple who love each other and are just trying to be parents to their firstborn and hopefully very soon their secondborn child. I hope and wish them well because this world is full of toxicity and negativity and we need compassion. And this is a couple who are trying to make the way in the world, yes, with privilege, yes, with opportunity. But actually, when you look at Meghan's history, she's been somebody who has been a philanthropist for most of her life, going from being a really young child all the way till now. Harry is the Invictus Games. He's somebody who's constantly championed. He's fought for his country. It's not like either of them are terrible human beings who are trying to create the downfall of the monarchy, though you would think, you'd absolutely believe that that was what they were setting out to do when you look at the way that the press are in the UK. Now listen, I also know that all royal members of the family get issues around press. And I also know that the press is here because we read it. I'm not even having a go about that. What I'm saying is, when this kind of stuff happens, it affects you. I've had things written in the press about me and it's horrible. It's so invasive. It's so intrusive. And if you're not the one controlling it and you're not ready for it, it's shocking. To have that constantly must take its toll. And if Meghan and Harry are at a point where they're thinking, we don't want to be part of that, then let them do that. But also, this idea now that they're going out of their way to completely and catastrophically affect the royal family, as if that hasn't been done before. Like when they all played in It's a Knockout in the UK and pretty much made complete fools of themselves, followed by when Diana went rogue and just told the truth about the relationship with Charles and Camilla. Of course, these things have come out in the past. But when you think about Meghan and Harry going and having an interview on Oprah, which is what this is all about now, because we have a queen in the UK called Elizabeth, and in America they have a queen called Oprah. And you know, it's about the same level getting an interview with Oprah. She's incredible. She's somebody that people absolutely adore. She has been around for decades, and she is going to make sure that Harry and Meghan get to say their piece, have a conversation with her where they feel they can control it, but also that isn't going to be negatively flung out into the planet of people watching without them getting to know what's being flung out with it. That's the key. And for me, I completely understand why they want to say their piece. Imagine what it must feel like to be Meghan and Harry, two people who fell in love, thought they were going to make their life in the UK, and it's all crumbled. There must be resentment, there must be sadness, there must be bitterness, there must be anger. Add to that the fact that Meghan's lost a relationship with her father. Add to that the fact that what they do, right or wrong, will always be portrayed negatively to some degree in the UK. And add to that the constant barrage and lies that you see on social media. It's enough to make people just want to go and hibernate. Yes, they're going to earn money. Of course they're going to earn money. They're going to, what, wouldn't you? I wouldn't mind earning $150 million to do any kind of fly on the wall documentary. Come on, give me the offers, I'll take them. 75 quid. The point is, they're going to do it because they want to pay for themselves, they want to provide for their future, for their children, and they want to set a good example. And that's what's really mind-blowing. In a world where there are countries where homosexuals are murdered for being gay, where women are beaten to death for looking at somebody wrong, where girls are set on fire for not saying yes to a particular proposition, in a world where that is all happening, where children are starving to death in sub-Saharan Africa, where female genital mutilation is occurring, where poverty is literally growing day by day, is it really right to have so much focus on a couple who just want to work, be independent, live their lives, and try to spread a level of positivity in their work? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's where people's energy should go. That's where we should be committing our concern. We shouldn't be committing our concern because they're richer, better looking, more privileged, more opportunity based. That shouldn't be our concern. What should be our concern is what are they going to do with all of those things? And it's clear from the things that they're forming and the charities they're aligned with that they're going to do a lot of good. So let's boil it down to what we're saying. Meghan and Harry want to do the world a lot of good. They just don't want to have to constantly be attacked in the UK for just loving each other and wanting to change the world the way that they best can. Personally, I can't wait for the Oprah interview. I love Oprah. I love Meghan and Harry. I love the royal family. What's not to like? By the way, did we ever learn the lessons that we should have been taught by Diana? I think not. Hashtag be kind. But not if you're in the royal family, and particularly not if you were in the royal family but you're not now. See you next time.